Take a look at this decades-old video. It shows now President Donald Trump and some business associates in Moscow back in the 90s. It could go to the heart of the Russia investigation, and U.S. senators reportedly want to talk to at least one of the men in this footage. All this, as Special Counsel Robert Mueller is said to be wrapping up his probe. What was said at that meeting in 1996? Nina Dos Santos joins us now with some exclusive reporting on that story. Talk to us about the man in particular that U.S. investigators might be interested in talking
That's right. If we look at that video, Halle, it's an individual who's sitting in the back row, actually, with a grey tie, a young man back in the early 1990s. His name is David Javanis, and I've learned over the last few months that Senate intelligence investigators on the Senate Intelligence Committee...
And by the way, let's put up that video so that viewers can see, because there's also a still image which is arresting, to say the least, of the same man.
That's right. So this is a Russian news report from back in the mid-1990s. The man on the right, as you can see there, is Vladimir Rezin, the deputy mayor of Moscow, Donald Trump in his younger years, and he's also accompanied by two real estate moguls. The gentleman you just saw there with the grey to silvery blue tie in the front is a man called David Javanis, who I've learned that the Senate Intelligence Committee has been keen to talk to for the best part of about 12 months. They originally contacted him in the spring of last year, but he has remained in Russia over the last year or so. He's an American citizen, 58 years old, who obtained a Russian passport back in 2014. He's been a key foreign fixer in Russia since the early 1990s. He's worked for two of those real estate moguls you saw on the table near Trump and Russian officials who donated heavily to President Trump's campaign. But he's also worked for a number of years for Oleg Deripaska, the oligarch who, of course, is crucial to the probe as well.
There's the picture that I promised our viewers, which is of this gentleman with a half-naked woman in front of a portrait of Stalin. What is that about?
This is an interesting picture. I've spoken to multiple witnesses under the condition of anonymity who have given evidence to the Senate Intelligence Committee. One of them says that the Senate Intelligence Committee has been provided with this photograph and that it was shown to them during their interview. They were asked many probing questions about David Javanis' relationship to Donald Trump going back to the 1990s, and also probing questions about potential business deals they may have discussed, but also the Senate Intelligence Committee has been given written testimony, which I myself have seen as well, suggesting that this is an individual who could also provide key information as to whether or not Russia holds any potentially embarrassing information on the US
So they
president.
want to talk to this David Javanis person because they think, does he know something that could mean that someone, the president, someone else, could be compromised by information? Right?
Exactly, but
that the Russians
returns to the United States, it's very hard for them to figure out...
It's an open question that he could have answers
what he has. Exactly.
Yeah.
And I should point out, the last time that family and friends had seen him in the United States was just after the inauguration of Donald Trump in January 2017. It doesn't appear as though he has returned to America ever since then. Now, Senate investigators have tried to contact him. I've spoken to him multiple times. I spoke to him just yesterday evening. He declined to say where he was, but I managed to ascertain that he is in Moscow at the moment. He declined to comment on the interest of the Senate Intelligence Committee. We've, of course, approached the White House. They have declined to comment. The Trump Organization has declined to comment.
So you got a hold of David Javanis?
Indeed.
And you presumably, I'm sure you asked him, what do you know about the dealings of the president in Russia? What did he say?
He refused
No comment.
to comment.
Thank you very much. Nina Dos Santos, we'll keep our eye on that.